With Wolverine being more relevant than ever now, it's perfect to dive into the discussion of his upcoming game. As I mentioned in my 2 previous videos, Insomniac is drawing heavy inspiration from X-Men Origins Wolverine, both in its game narrative and the cosmetic skins. In fact, they're adding more cosmetic skins, I think. However, this video will take a different approach, focusing entirely on something that fans always speculate about: DLC. While it's still early in development, we can't help but wonder what DLC Insomniac might offer to further expand the worlds of Earth 1048, similar to how Spider-Man did. Hell, even Iron Man VR takes place in Earth 1048. So, basically, the game is still unpolished, but once it is and smooth and ready to live up to the fans' expectations, it's worth considering the potential DLC that may be introduced after launch. So, which one of Wolverine's iconic stories will we follow? I think I know a few. In fact, be pretty good for Wolverine. First up, possibly one story that basically a lot of fans are begging: Hulk vs. Wolverine.
Hell. I don't suppose you got any interest in talking this out.
One of the most famous and beloved storylines in Wolverine's history is the first encounter with the Hulk, which is also his first comic debut in Incredible Hulk number 181, and this rivalry has been a cornerstone of his character ever since. So let's turn it into a DLC story. Now, of course, this might call into the psychological horror that both Wolverine and Bruce Banner share with the extreme aggression. But the one thing that actually everybody wants is the absolute playground of total destruction when it comes to a Hulk boss fight. Hell, the closest thing we ever gotten to a Hulk boss fight in a game is in X-Men Origins Wolverine with the Wendigo and any type of large mutant type creature that's a boss fight. That's as close as we're gonna get in general. Number 2 is Captain America.
From what I hear, he's almost as tough as you are, which is a good thing.
Mission parameters?
You're going to liberate a POW camp in Poland, but for the safety of the prisoners, it has to be fast. Real fast.
How fast is real fast?
Put it this way, you don't get parachutes.
For those who aren't aware, basically Cap and Wolverine did meet each other in World War II in Uncanny X-Men number 268. Basically, during the time Wolverine was working as a mercenary, and he has to work with Captain America in match war to stop both Nazis and the Hand. But for this timeline, we're going to focus on Hydra. Now, keep in mind, there are only 2 Captain America's games that take place in World War II. The first one being Captain America Super Soldier, and the other one is 1943 Rise of Hydra. But still, we're not going to focus on Cap. We're going to focus on Wolverine's relationship with Cap. Believe me, the two are opposites of each other, with Captain America's extreme nobility versus the ferocity of Wolverine. Seeing these two work together is actually a dream come true. I would like to see how Insomniac can pull off the iconic Wolverine and Captain America team up. Spider-Man.
Feeling that someone nasty. It's nice to see you too, Logan.
You sound as irritating as Spider-Man, but you don't smell right. You're one of them.
One of who? One of... Wait, you can smell the...
Yeah, and you're one of them, bub.
Of course, when it comes to Spider-Man, we know he's the first character when it comes to the Insomniac games. And looking at generations of comics, there have been several Wolverine and Spider-Man team-ups. And for this iconic team-up, I'm going to be basing off Marvel team-up number 117 from 1982, where Spider-Man is teamed up with Wolverine for the very first time. Now, there has been other stories I wish I could have done. For example, Ultimate Spider-Man number 66 and 67, which is the iconic body swap, which it's too funny to turn into a game, but I would actually want to see that, like a reference or an actual moment in the DLC. But still, it's too funny. But I will focus on Marvel Team Up number 117, which basically involves Spider-Man and Wolverine taking down criminals in Canada. And it starts to show the contrasting personalities of Peter and Logan, which basically, if you know Peter, he's optimistic, very strict moral code with great power comes great responsibility, and no killing. When you look at Wolverine, he's more brooding, violent, and willing to cross the line, where Peter won't. But they do have a mutual respect for one another. And maybe we'll get to play as Spider-Man just for a few minutes or so, and basically it is a crossover, so I would expect getting Yuri Lowenthal on this as well. And of course we cannot forget Deadpool.
You ruined my vacation! And you, dumb as nails shield clones! I saw what you did to those cherry blossoms back there. You think those things grow on trees? And you think it makes me less of a man if I came here for the Cherry Blossom Festival, huh? You're laughing with your eyes! I can see it! Fine! Time for a little boss battle, suckers!
Now there are many Deadpool crossovers with Wolverine, so I'm gonna start with the one that started it all, with the iconic meetup with Wolverine number 88 from 1994. Basically, Wolverine is tasked to hire someone that Deadpool is going to kill. That person is, well, none other than Vanessa, you know, from the Deadpool movies. Now, basically, when it comes to Deadpool, it needs to be not only gory, but also funny and unpredictable. Let alone the fact the only game that gave us a really great Deadpool boss fight was in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions in the Ultimate Universe. So I have two recommendations for the voice actor. If you're gonna choose Norman North, that's great, but I do have another recommendation due to the fact it somehow works due to the vocal range, which is Brandon Rogers.
Yeah, now who wants some quality time with Daddy? I have fallen, and I choose not to get up.
You can get Brandon Rogers to voice Deadpool. It'll be pretty interesting to see if the character can work due to the fact his work on Hell of a Boss and also his other characters that he did. Still, it's a recommendation. You can either get Rogers or North and see how this DLC can work. And that's it. That's all of the DLC stories I can think of for Marvel's Wolverine. Would Insomniac do it? Probably, but still, the ever-growing 1048 is still fresh, and we still don't know what to expect with the games. But there is high anticipation for them, and I can't wait to see what will come. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more content.